So my children and my grandchildren have been visiting me for the last week here at my house. And I've got a new grandson. But I've got a 4-year-old granddaughter. I got a video where there's a picture of her with her fairy wings on. And anyway, my daughter and her family and her husband came and visited. It's been 9 months since I've seen her. And for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure why, but I have a particularly soft spot for my granddaughter. You know, it's my first grandchild, I guess. But for whatever reason, I just have such a compelling, binding sense of deep love for my granddaughter. I don't know what to say. And I sent her off on the airplane earlier today. And, of course, I'm sad. I miss my granddaughter. Later on, they landed and went home, and before she went to bed, she was missing me, so they called, and I told her to go to bed. And I was putting together this real beautiful music for my show tonight, and I feel a little melancholy. And I think that I have such high hopes. I really do. I hope things are better. Me and my son-in-law went to a boxing match last night and just had some togetherness time. I actually really like my son-in-law a lot. He's probably the most intelligent guy I know. And they're Christians. And so, of course, we were talking about God. And I'm happy for them. I think it's made a difference in their marriage. And, you know, I'll tell you, I have the most intense sensation of vulnerability. I don't want anything bad to happen to my kids. And you know, I don't want to be Mr. Conspiracy Theory or Mr. Negative, because there's so much joy in this world. There's so many good things to live for. There's such beautiful stars in the sky, including possibly the Skylab. If that's not a star, it's pretty bright. It's clear out here. Horses are bothering me because they think I'm bringing them food. I guess I say that I want to be hopeful. I guess if you don't believe in a God, then you don't have the architecture, the intellectual architecture laid down to give you that hope. You know what I mean? Press the button and you get the hope. Is religion just an addiction to hope? And why not hope? How can I be gloomy? You know, in Breaking Bad, the character Mike tries twice unsuccessfully to leave his granddaughter $2 million. he gets killed or whatever. And both times it doesn't work. And as a grandpa, that got me thinking that maybe I'm being lazy and just thinking about myself. I should probably, instead of fucking around making YouTube videos and trying to be an entertainer, maybe I should go back to work and start making money for my granddaughter's pot. Not smoking pot, but a big bag of money or something. I don't know. Just seeing her fly off like that, God, that hurts. And the vulnerability of them being so far away. And just thinking about, like, negative shit, like, my granddaughter can't just ride her bicycle to the store, and, talking with my son-in-law about what kind of, he needs to get a goddamn gun. They don't have a gun at their house. My daughter's so physically beautiful, I try to tell them, dude, somebody's gonna show up at your house, and you're gonna wish you could have defended yourself. He's a frickin' Eagle Scout. He's a crack shot, too. Dumb. Sleepy. On the wheel. Doing the right thing. Going to church. Working full-time and doing well. If he keeps that, he's going to be the owner of that place. Barely scraping by. Popping out kids, one after another. I can happily say that my pedigree has actually been added to the gene pool. My children have procreated enough to cover both me and my ex-wife that I produced them with, +1. So pat myself on the back for contributing. So what kind of world is she going to inherit? Where is she safe? It's all good. It's all conspiracy crap. Scares me to death. I'm old. I really am, and I don't care that much, I guess. Apparently when my gallbladder was fucked up, according to my wife, I was scared to die, so I guess it's just a bunch of bullshit, all this risky behavior I've had all my life, but now, something outside of yourself. I don't think I've ever loved anything more. Oh, Christ almighty. Who's to blame? Or just put it out of our minds. Just don't think about it. It's all good. It's kind of nice. We went in the middle of January and got a new Christmas tree and put it all up, and so I'm outside freezing my ass off, looking in through the darkness at the lit up windows of our house, and there's a Christmas tree in there with lights on it. It's all fresh. Kids don't know the difference. So we did presents and all that. I just want the best for everybody. Today, when we were going to the airport, the car was full of people and luggage going to the airport, and we went through a coffee thing to get lattes and whatever, and over in the parking lot, there was a kind of a shitty Volvo with like a tire laying on the ground next to it and some stuff out of it, and some guy kind of working on it, kind of strikes you as a skeevy kind of guy, kind of dirty a little bit, and kind of like one of his pockets was pulled all the way out and hanging loose, kind of like disheveled, and he's a little bit weird looking working on his car, and I realized the hood is up and there's junk in the car. Just the general impression is it looks like he's either tweaking or he lives in his car or something. But anyway, when I looked at it, he kind of had his hand in his jacket. He sort of looked around, and I said, "Is it just me, or is he hiding something in his jacket?" And then the general consensus of everyone in the car, in the minute or two that we're waiting for our drinks, just people watching, observing this guy. He's a scumbag, right? Then all of a sudden he keeps moving around because he's, doing stuff with his car. He's about 50 feet away. And he's got no hand. He's holding his arm to his body to hold like a screwdriver or something. And you can tell him, and then later on, kind of a female equivalent of him came walking up. And my children said, I can't remember what they said, but they made some comment that was obvious, they're scumbags. And then I said, nice Christian values. And I'm such a sucker, and I we're in our town. We're broke. We're freaking broke. Downtown looks like a ghost town, but we are building a brand new multi-million-dollar facility for homeless people. Now, as much as I want to help homeless people, a lot of them live in the woods, and they want to live in the woods. I'm telling you with like inside knowledge of the social services that are available out here, which I don't partake of. I'm a hermit. I don't care. I got all my stuff. But these guys milk it to the bone, but they'd rather live in a forest. So instead of sprucing up our downtown or doing something to stimulate some business in this town, a sleepy little alcohol town with a lumber problem, they're going to build a homeless shelter, a big, giant, multi-million-dollar... Nice! Nice! That's what you're going to dump on our town. Now, look, I don't want to be unchristian, because that's what I said. Nice Christian dies. And when I saw the guy with the no hand, I started thinking, God, man, can you imagine? I think I got it bad. It's his right hand. He couldn't play guitar well. Yeah, he could probably figure out something. That'd be horrible. Horrible.
And, maybe he is living in his car. Who knows what happened to him? But, he's probably some fucking crackhead dirtbag. Which, by the way, they're contemplating in San Francisco to pass out new, clean crack pipes, similar to the needle exchange. They just need to put a gigantic wall around San Francisco and start dumping all the people there. It's cool, though. It's cool. But the guy with no hand, I started thinking about the fights that my son and I, we went to the casino afterwards and played blackjack. And, I was tipping right and left with $5 chips. Big spender, And I thought, what if I had contributed that money to the guy with no hand? Maybe he's fucked up and desperate, Maybe the guy's hurting. Who knows? I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to walk up and give him a hug. But I'm just saying, what's within my means? What's my charity intent in this world? And, I thought about it, but I was the passenger in the vehicle, and the thought came and went. We could have bought him a drink. What would be the nice thing to do? How could a nice atheist or a nice agnostic handle shitbags or possible shitbags as opposed to people that are just hurting? Later on, when I got home, just kicking back, I got a big old RV that we never use. I'm old. I just want to sleep in my bed. I hate camping. I've come to realize it. And the goddamn thing's just melting down with mold and shit. It's nice, but, I don't know. It's just, I don't care about it. And, God, I wish I could have given it to that guy if they are living in that car. Now, I don't know if that would improve their situation or if that would enable their drug use. They'd probably spit on me afterwards. My address would be on the paperwork. They'd come and rob my house. Now, one time, when I was married in my first marriage, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I want you to skip the flavor of this, okay? I was in a nice neighborhood. I had a nice house, and it was on the corner. And it was an urban neighborhood, so there were kids and families, and people washing their car in the driveway. We all see each other. We're all within eyeshot. We kind of know each other. People were pleasant. They were working, homeowners, Anyway, pretty much, I don't know. It's California. It was racially mixed, but there wasn't a lot of black people. There just wasn't. But there was a group of kids, and there was about a 14-year-old black kid that used to play in the neighborhood. And, at the time, I was a biker. I had my garage door open all the time, and I had a hog and was working on it and wrenching. And these kids would come up and look at it, or they'd see me loading it in a truck or driving it up or driving down the street or with my friends, So, and I'm friendly, so I didn't shoo them out of there. But nonetheless, these kids would come over, and eventually I wound up sitting in the living room with a couple of the teenage neighborhood kids and played Xbox with them, just to be nice. Well, this group of kids, these teenagers, came by a couple of times by my garage to the point, I knew their names and stuff. Well, anyway, one day I was mowing the yard in the backyard, and I was out there mowing away. And finally, I'm all sweaty. I'm done. And I come in through the sliding glass door into the back and right into the living room. And immediately I noticed something was wrong, and then I realized my Xbox and all my games were gone. Well, somebody realized I was mowing the yard, and so they went in through the side door that was open and went in there and got it. They didn't steal anything else. They just took the game and the loose games, a whole bunch of them, gone. And it was, I had noticed it. I was like stunned that it was gone. Well, anyway.